So what we're going to look at now is two ways in which to get up off the ground if you've been knocked to the ground or if you've fallen to the ground during a self-defense situation. So obviously for us, because we're training for self-defense, for emergency combat situations, getting to our feet again is definitely a priority. We don't concern ourselves with submissions and grappling techniques on the ground. We do positional escapes in order to get out of various positions so we can get back up again and then take the fight from there. Because the one problem with staying on the ground, if you've been taken there, because nobody really wants to go there voluntarily, is that if that person you're grappling has just one friend, that's going to be really bad for you. You're going to be on the ground in an incredibly vulnerable position, and you can only grapple one person at a time. You can maybe get an armbar on him or a triangle choke or a rear choke or something like that, and that's good for you versus him. But like I said, he only needs one friend to come and make that really bad for you, yeah? And there's lots and lots of cases I could recount to you of people dealing with one person on the ground, not making it a priority to get back up again, and then a third person has come and made it really bad for them. Yeah? So the first technique then we're going to look at is essentially from this sitting position like this, and the situation here, like how we've ended up here, could be many things. It could be that we've taken a knock, it could be that during a stand-up situation we've literally just tripped and we've landed on our butt. So now we're here on the floor, and if this person is still standing and we're still taking incoming shots, then I can't really afford to drop my hands in order to help get myself back up again. Because naturally, the way people want to get back up from this sort of position is going to involve the hands in some way, shape or form. If I have multiple people especially giving me they're kicking me, hitting me, stuff like that, I mean, first of all, let's just be realistic, that's just potentially deadly for me, yeah? The last thing I want to do is take my hands down away from my face and expose the most valuable target for them. So I need a way to get to my feet again whilst maintaining cover. So just solo, I'll demonstrate this. I have my hands up, so I don't need you for this one, man. So hands up like this. I'm going to bring one foot in as close to my body as I can, and the other foot posting out, and I'm going to basically rock onto this knee, pushing my hips forward as far as I can. I want to exaggerate that movement, and obviously for real, I want to be doing that as dynamically as possible. And now from here, I'm on my knees. I'm in a kneeling position, still not fantastic, because if they're standing, they still have literally the high ground. So from here, I want to use this position to get to my feet and then take it from there. So again, I'll just demonstrate that. Up to our knees, then standing. And if you want to train this by yourself and do it for reps in order to condition that into yourself, you just do it like this. You come up to your feet, you get back down again, and then you swap over, because you never know which leg is going to be forward on the day. So we train this for both sides. And then again, up to my feet, back down, swap over, up to my feet, back down, and swap over. So one way we can train this with a partner and bring a slight sense of realism to it, and it really is only very slight, because you can't really simulate this, especially multiple opponents, because you can't just have people kick the crap out of you in training. So what we're going to do, if I get Farouk out here, he's got pads on, so what he can do with this is, starting off quite light, he's basically got to just start to bring some shots to my head, and this is giving me an incentive not to drop my hands. So that's going to make me keep my hands up here, and then what I'm going to do is again, rock forward onto my knee, and come up into a standing position, into a place where I'm much better able to deliver some offensive to him. And then so he stops his strikes, I get back down, and I'm going to go into the other foot and we go again. So he starts hitting me, boom, 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 boom. I come up, like so. And I come back down, I swap my feet over, and you can pick that up a little bit, yeah? So you can start to hit a bit harder, come up, and then like so. And you just want to do that for reps, basically. Keep going, drill that into you so that you can become somewhat desensitized. so those shots coming in. And also, if you wanted, you could bring more than one pad holder into that. So you could be surrounded by people and they're all giving you some shots like that. And then of course, you can pick the pace up quite a bit more than what he was doing for demonstration purposes. You can put gloves on people and they can start to give you some shots, but obviously being training, keep it safe. You don't want to start really trying to hammer people into the ground. There comes a point where you have a level of force, numbers of opponents where you're not getting up, yeah? And my final point on this one is that there's nothing to say, if I get you forward again, if you stay on your feet, there's nothing to say that I can't grab onto something and literally pull myself up. If that opportunity is there, then by all means do it. But don't train to pull yourself up like that, because if the opportunity is not there, you need the attributes, the strength in your core and your lower body to be able to propel yourself up without that, okay? It's almost too easy to train it that way. Okay, so one more method then of getting to our feet is, again, so I'll demonstrate this by myself. Again from the seated position, except this time I have the ability to use my hand to help stabilise myself. So the way we train this solo, before I show you the application, is I will post with one foot, I'll post with one hand, and the same side as the hand that's posting, that foot comes up off the ground. My other hand, my off hand, is staying out to fend against an attacker. And all I'm going to do is, by raising my hips up as high as I can, making as big a gap here as I can, I'm going to pull this foot right through, get a stable position, and then come up. And this is from Jiu-Jitsu, it's called getting up in base. So I'm in this stable position, this is my base, and I'm getting up in this way, yeah? So the way I train this solo is I go back down, push the leg back out, and up, and down, up, down, and we do it on the same side, and we just keep doing that, okay? And then of course, you do the same thing for the other leg. So with a partner then, in fact, if you were down on the floor with me, what this is, okay, what this is for is if maybe we were both on the ground, maybe he was on top of me and I've thrown him off, he's landed there, I'm here, we're both on the ground, I want to get to my feet again. That's my priority, okay? He wants to keep me down on the ground, either because he just wants to fight me there because he is comfortable there, or he wants to hold me down because he has friends on the way and they're going to come and kick my head in while he's holding me down there. So if that's the case, then he might want to grab me, he might want to just tackle me to the ground like so, and if I don't have a stable base now, and if you keep coming forward, I'm going down, and then we have to start all over again, yeah? So in this case, if he came forward like that, I've got my hand out there, I'm fending him off, either with the palm of my hand or in this case my forearm in his collarbone. And then in order to stabilise myself so that he literally cannot push me back anymore, I'm going to shoot that leg back, and that's going to stabilise me. I can get to my feet from here, and now I'm in a much better position to deliver offensive to him, yeah? So the way we train this is he's just going to use a focus mitt, left hand to left pad, just for the sake of structure, and he's going to push into me like this, and he's going to keep constant pressure there. And I'm going to push out, and I'm going to get to my feet again, and down, push out, and I'm going to do that same drill I was doing before, except now, I've got this constant pressure here, okay? And it forces me to do it properly. Good. Because if I lost my sense of base, my balance there, I would have been on my back, because he's constantly pressing into me. Okay, so those are two ways of getting to your feet from the grounded position in a self-defense scenario where you have somebody who is trying to keep you down there.